speaking of somebody who gets work done right now on the #1 air hot seat, it is Pro Football Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher. And we had you on a few weeks ago over the phone representing Dallas, so we're really glad to have you back.
A little disappointed.
We lost.
Okay,
it was bad.
We didn't know.
It wasn't that bad.
Could have been better.
I've seen worse.
Mm-hmm.
That
like the NFC Championship game.
Okay, that is very fair.
Yes.
That was very bad football.
I don't want to put too much pressure on you.
Okay, but
we have 4 Hall of Famers on the show today. We already had Tony Dorsett and Earl Campbell. We got Emmitt Smith coming up. I know. We got Emmitt Smith coming up, so
I just saw Emmitt.
The pressure's on. Are you ready?
Yes. For what?
Okay. I mean.
Oh, like to do a great interview?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Sure. Definitely.
Everybody loved you the last time you were on with us.
Well, because they're all Cowboys fans. Of course they love it. Yeah.
That is a good point.
Easy one.
We've had some Eagles fans on, and people are like, get this guy the hell out of here.
Did you always want to be a linebacker? Like when you first started playing football?
No, I wanted to be a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let me throw. My coaches never let me throw, man. I got a cannon, too.
Really?
Like, you should see me in practice. When we used to play, like when the offense was out there doing their thing, we play catch, like this stupid game, like this is 2 points, this is 1 point.
Love
like,
it.
The headshots, 2, the chest is 1. I was the man.
Nice.
That's it. I wanted to play quarterback, too. My dad didn't want me to play football at all because I was a baseball guy. And so you
make more money in baseball.
Yeah, and I did make it. And so they're like, hey, we want you to play baseball. So I go out for spring football practice, and all I do is watch professional football. I don't watch college football. So I'm watching Troy Aikman hand off to Emmitt Smith. So the first time I just call the play, they say, and like, you can't do it that way. I'm like, I don't know how to call plays. Just tell me what to say. And then I hand it off to the running back. I just put it out there with one hand, lay it in there, and then I watch the play, and they're like, oh, blow the whistle. What are you doing? And I'm like, I watch the Cowboys play every game. Troy Aikman hands it off to Emmitt Smith, and he watches him run. And like, you got 2 hands, and you got a fake run. And I'm like, you brought me out here to do what? I'm like, when am I passing the football? And when they said we run it a lot, I said I'm going back to baseball.
Yeah, go to baseball. I agree. So I played safety and receiver in high school, but I never wanted to be a linebacker. I wanted to catch the ball. But there was a time that I was like, you know what? Maybe offense isn't right. When you get hit a few times, it's not hard to decide that you want to be on the other side of the football, not getting hit as much. I did take some hits on defense too, but I got to dish out more than I took, I think.
Yeah. Man, you know what's interesting? You were talking about you always wanted to play the throw-in game instead. I was watching Micah at training camp, and
that dude's unbelievable.
They're walking over to the sled, and he just like stops and goes, nah, and walks over and starts throwing a ball into the net. He's like, I'm gonna practice on my throwing instead.
They let that happen?
And I was like, well, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, is this
You've been a Cowboys fan a long time. You know how it works. Sometimes we jack around a little bit.
Yeah, but it's training camp. I mean, you got to hit the sleds. Most time hit the sleds. It didn't hold him back too much. I'll tell you that much. Throwing the ball in the nets didn't drag him down very much.
If you go to Oxnard, Micah is very disinterested in drills like that. He's just like, He's like, when are we going to get to the scrimmage part?
He wants to hit. Yeah, he wants to play real football.
I get it. No, there's no doubt. But I don't disagree with him. But so my technique wasn't that good, so I needed all the help I could get. Micah is different.
What would you think about a passive-aggressive walk-by from the coach? It's like, maybe if you hit that sled, you can finish first for Defensive Player of the Year instead of second.
Is that out already?
I mean, come on.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, well, my bold prediction is Nick Bosa first, Micah Parsons second.
I agree. Well, I think when I talked to you after it was already over, but about week 13 or 12, Micah was still the guy.
Yeah.
Right? And then Nick just started playing. He was playing great all season, but the Cowboys defense kind of tapered off there at the end.
So since we had Tony Dorsett and Earl Campbell with us just a minute ago, you are having to tackle one of those guys. Very different running backs. One's going to try to make you miss, and the other one's going to run through your chest.
Over. Yeah.
Who are you? You have them, and they're 3 yards away from you, and you're in space. Who would you rather try to get down?
So in space, I would. This is not a knock to either of them. I would rather try and – I was 255. So Earl Campbell, I think I have a better chance to tackle in space. He may not try and juke me. Tony Dorsett, I'm going to be on the ground like, oh, well, good luck. Somebody else get him. I think he might put a move on me. Earl will probably try and run me over, which is okay. I can just grab on and take him. I might be on my back, but I'll probably make the tackle.
Now, you've got Chris along with you.
Yes.
And I say it more informally because we got the chance to chat yesterday. And for people who might have missed it, can you tell us kind of the mental health and other work that y'all are doing with the Border Patrol and other agencies?
So I got to go down and meet Chief Clem in September down at Yuma, and I went back again in December and met with the agents again. But just trying to get out there, raise some awareness for them, and let the agents know there are people that support them. What you see on the media, what they're seeing on the media isn't always what's being portrayed to us. So we know what's going on. I just want to go in there and support them and let them know that we're behind them. And I got to see some cool stuff while I was down there, so that was fun for me. I got a chance to meet him and try and just learn from them a little bit, but it's a really crazy thing going on at the border. Tough situation for all of our agents and him as well. Not anymore because he's retired.
That's
but,
right.
On top, though.
Yeah,
On top,
retired
I
on top. He
remember.
went out on top. But, just trying to raise some awareness and just spend some time with our agents, basically.
Is it, and I asked you this yesterday, I just want to refresh if anybody missed it, is just something that Brian just said is when you get that perception that most people don't like you, accurate or not, like I get how things get twisted.
I like it. People don't like me.
Yeah.
I can
Different, right?
I can
I like
definitely
that.
see
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
Is that tough to overcome, or does that motivate you at all?
A little bit of both, right? I mean, you go out there, people that serve in law enforcement, regardless of what the badge says, they're doing it for a reason, right? At least the good ones are, right?
Yeah.
And so they're out there, our men and women wearing the Border Patrol uniform are trying to keep America safe. And then first and foremost, I mean, they are the first line of defense. And it's great having a linebacker, a legend linebacker out there with our folks that are on the line, keeping us safe. But, yeah, over time, it becomes cumulative when you see one issue portrayed, that's not really accurate because it's showing, these poor people that are just trying to get a better life. Well, yeah, there are some in that mix that are just trying to do the right thing, but there's a lot of them that are just taking advantage of the system, that is creating a vulnerability, that's leaving the border open, and the agents know, hey, we should be doing something different, but the policy dictated from Washington is having us do other things. And so having people like Brian, and we were here with Nick a couple days ago, and just come down here and just thank the agents, give them a little shot in the arm saying, hey, we appreciate you, what you're doing, and you've got support. And also, again, Brian's a resident of Arizona. He wanted to see what was going on in his own state, and we were able to get access. And really just the interaction he had with the men and women was huge. Just for them to see somebody like Brian come down there and others and just thank them was, that went a lot further than when I go up there and thank them because, they expect it from me.
Now,
every day.
on a lighter note, is it tonight, you, Jaws,
Yeah, the Ditka
Ditka
Jaws
cigar party?
hosted by me. I don't know how that's supposed to be worded, but yeah, I'll be one of the guys there. They're taking
It's the 13th annual Ditka and Jaws Cigars with the Stars, DitkaJawsCigars.com if you want to check it out.
Coach Ditka can't be there this year, so I got to take it. They got downgraded big time, so I'm stepping in for Coach Ditka, me and Jaws. It should be fun, man. I've never been to one of their, and it's, Gridiron Greats obviously is a great organization. What they do, raising money for the guys who played long before all the guys in here, guys that kind of paved the way for us. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Should be fun. Like people.
Obviously the Saturday Night Live skit, us growing up with the Bears.
I love
Is
it.
Ditka, is he that popular still in Chicago?
It's unreal. So here's how it is for me as knowing him. If he asks you to do something, you do it. If Coach Ditka wants to be a part of something you're doing, you accept. You just yes, you want to be associated with him as much as you can. But the fans love him. He didn't give man. He just did what he wanted to do. People love him for that. That's how Chicago is. Especially they love their defense and they love their tough guys, and he was definitely that.
Man, if you're looking for something to do tonight, DitkaJawsCigars.com, and we appreciate having you guys on. We'll bring you back on outside of the Super Bowl to talk more specifics. We'll fix up the Cowboys together. We'll get it done.
We got some things to do, man.
We got a lot of stuff.
Man. Do we have any cap room?
Don't worry about that right now. We'll worry about that.
We'll clean some space out. We'll give some guys some bonuses, and we'll be good.
Yeah, we'll pull some levers on some contracts that push the money down the road.
Yeah, that's the move. That's what Jerry's the man at doing that.
Exactly.
Why can't everybody be like that?
Exactly.